Welcome to Mixtape Monday. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. In this video, you guys get to drive the content. So on Saturdays or Friday nights, I usually put up a post where you guys can put your request for pop culture and political, geopolitical readings, anything like that. And I will answer as many of the questions as I can and make you guys happy. So we have new subs galore, lots of new subs over the last like few days and over the last 2 months. We've got lots of new subs. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you want, you can put your comments in this video too. I will try and get to them next week. So let's get going. We're going to bring up that card view. Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, and by the way, this week, my teaspoon of tarot is going to feature the Llewellyn Classic Tarot again. We did it last week, and we're also going to do the Animal Guides Tarot as well. I just don't feel that we did enough of that, and I really like this deck. It's a favorite deck of mine, so we're going to keep working with it this week. So you can look for Teaspoon of Tarot in there. That is where I promote my digital academy. You can go over there. You can learn more about tarot, Lenormand, and all kinds of psychic stuff. We're going to be adding stuff to it as the year goes on. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. Card view up. And we are going to make this nice and big all the way. So first question that we have from one of my friends in the great northern country of Canada. They share North America with us. So right now, our President Trump has been applying tariffs to lots of our countries. So one thing that did come out over the weekend is that he was talking about reciprocal tariffs, which basically means that he wants to charge the same tariff that the countries are charging us. Seems fair enough, right? So let's see how the tariff to Canada, the tariff on Canada, Canadian goods, is going to go. I psychically have a little bit more information of that. So I believe it's a 25% blanket tariff for Canada and Mexico. We're just going to look at Canada in this one. So how is that going to go? Four of Wands, it is going to create some issues on North America. King of Swords, this is very interesting because the King of Swords, when he's in reverse, he is cutting things off. He's doing things in a different fashion. So is this Donald Trump trying to slow the goods into America from Canada and possibly start up more American production here? I think that's what we're seeing. Four of Pentacles. In fact, we were losing money due to the weaker tariffs on there. Six of Pentacles, not giving any quarter. And Seven of Swords. Is it really fair to the Canadians? Not really. When you get very comfortable with a certain tax framing or tariff framing, it's a little bit hard to turn around and say, well, we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to give you that tax break. Now, there was a tax break extended to the automotive industry. Any goods that come from Canada for, I believe, the next month. And the clock is ticking on that. So it could be for the month of March. I think they get a pass on it. So what is going to be the dominant energy here? The Queen of Pentacles. For Canada, we are going to see that be a little bit of damage. So anything that goes into Canada, and I know Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, or current Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, was advising if you can't buy Jack Daniels, buy a similar product that is Canadian. So I do see that this is going to cause some trade issues. So what can we expect in the next few weeks? What can we expect for Canada in the next few weeks? So we're reading for Canada, not the United States. That's kind of interesting now, isn't it? A lot of swords here and patience. So cutting off here with the Ace of Swords, new beginnings and finding new solutions, this Two of Swords. I do think that there are going to be some greater minds that get together and they overlook this market that is disappearing and the goods that are disappearing. I think that they're going to overlook that. Do we get Canadian made goods for Canadians that are, homegrown, taken care of on Canadian soil? Absolutely. I do think that that's what happens. We have some slow growth here with the strength card. Strength card, in terms of the major arcana, when we are looking at speed, I want you to think about the beginning of the major arcana is going a little bit slower. The middle is going a little bit faster. There's more elements that are involved. And when we get to the end, things are moving very, very quickly. And we are carrying a lot of baggage from the course of that lifetime of the Fool. So this strength card, we're going a little bit slower. And it is taming of the beast. So I do think that the Canadian markets, the Canadian consumership, and production are going to go very slowly into this. Here, breaking away from the beast, is it necessarily a bad thing? Currently, the powers that be, the dominant energy is, oh no, we're not going to have Jack Daniels. Oh no, we're not going to have, I don't know, whatever kind of American made stuff we have, marshmallows. What, I don't know what we send to Canada. I love the maple syrup that comes from Canada, though. I will say that. But this is some concerns about who's going to maintain the control over that. How does Canada see themselves? They're a little bit upset about it. How do they see us? Very cruel. They see the United States as very cruel. That's going to be coming in the next few weeks. The hopes and fears, they really don't want to have this battle for markets. And up here, the Five of Pentacles, outside the realm. So I do think that Canada is going to be really pushing and working with their Canadian made goods. Do we have a dividing line between the two countries? Yes, we're going to have a dividing line between the two countries. What can we expect in the future? Are we going to make some changes to this? Keeping in mind that this is based on the energy that is at hand right now. Do we see dividing lines? Ten of Wands is going to become very difficult when we come to better conclusions. This looks good, guys. So the Four of Cups, when we have this is kind of imagining stuff, thinking about what we could do, how we could do things differently, and putting that to work. When it's in reverse, we're not really at that point yet. We will come to the table. And I think this is going to be after Justin Trudeau is out of office. I don't think Trump really wants to negotiate with him very much for reasons well known by everyone. But I think whomever takes over the prime ministership after, I think there's going to be a little bit of a warmer relationship and a little bit more understanding about how good fences make good neighbors, but we can also help mend those fences together. So thank you so much for that question. Now, King Charles converting to being a Muslim. So this was an interesting question. I haven't seen anything about this in the news. So the question was, has King Charles converted to Muslimism? Islam. Is he converted to Islam? Has he converted to Islam? As the head of the Church of England, I find this unlikely, but let's see what we've got. No, he has not converted. And what crosses him there? This is the obligation to the Church of England. So I don't think that that's the case. Now, he is quite open and helpful with the Muslim community, working with the situation that's at hand. So let's do a little yellow brick road reading for him. So what is the yellow brick road for King Charles in regard to relations with the Muslim community? The Fool. Go recklessly forward. So, all right. Did you ever see the movie Do the Right Thing? Always do the right thing, Mookie. Always do the right thing. Not that King Charles is Mookie. But here, recklessly behaving and undermining the allegiance to the Church of England may create some issues with domestic populations, let's put it that way. Historically, domestic populations in England. This is all in the news. This is nothing new. As the leader of the church, and the Hierophant clearly declares that this is not the Hierophant for me is always seats of power. It is always the Kremlin, the White House, Parliament, the royal family, patriarchs and families, those sorts of things. So, as the head of the Church of England, not of the royal family, this kind of behavior results in poor outcomes. So, Yellow Brick Road, what should he do? This is what he's doing currently, not extending himself to those historic domestic populations in England. This would be people that are members of the Church of England, et cetera, et cetera. Does that mean that we can't have other cultures within the nation? No, it does not. What this means is this would be like if the Pope all of a sudden turned around and was like, yay, I'm going to be, a rabbi. I'm going to embrace being a rabbi. Or I'm going to convert to Judaism. Like that would make no sense. This is kind of the same thing. So he needs to remember and stick with this. Otherwise, we wind up in a very, very unfortunate situation where our base fandom, if you will, loses faith in the head of the church. So, clear warning for King Charles. He should be very, very careful about that. And he should watch what he does and make sure that his allegiance is with the Church of England. So, these are some older questions because I closed out the questions for the week. Are all of Meghan Markle's attempts and failures an effort to launder money? Which is a very interesting question, right? So is she purposely setting up these things to launder money? And I will say the show that she put together is beautifully produced, looks very, very expensive. I'm confident that it was expensive to get that team in there, to dress everyone just so, and to lease the property, all of that. I'm sure it was very, very expensive. But are her attempts and failures done purposely? Justice. No, I don't think so. I don't think that she is, some businesses will set up different factions of the business to fail so that they have that write-off. So, not so they can launder money, but so they have the write-off, we'll have this failure. And I think for Meghan Markle, really, she is trying to find her footing. She is trying to find something that sticks. And this was an effort. She was like, okay, I'm good at entertaining. I'm going to double down on this. I'm going to stick it in. So is this an effort to launder money? Oh boy. 7 of Swords. So an effort definitely to get fast money, and hide that communication as well. Is it working? Not really. These two individuals are not managing money well or generating money. Remember, our queens are the soft power behind the operations. They are the ones that cultivate and nurture and make the money bloom. This guy is the one who manages it and shows it where to go. It doesn't look like we have either of those things here. I do think that this Seven of Swords is not necessarily laundering money, but wasting money. I think we have a lot of waste going on here, but I think people are cognizant of it. I think they are well aware that there is some wasteful spending or management of money going on. So that was an interesting question there. Thank you so much for that one. Is the Sussex title jinxed? Is the Sussex title jinxed? And I believe the person who put this comment up said that the Sussex title hadn't been used for like 100 or 200 years. So is it jinxed? Seven of Cups in reverse. Five of Pentacles. Lovers in reverse. The Eight of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. And Six of Wands. I am going to say, yes, indeed. The Sussex title is jinxed. One may say cursed. So what do we have here? Eight of Swords. In the past, this was a title that was almost an anchor, almost shackles for the people that got it. And underneath the surface, the Lovers in reverse, we do see the breaking of that relationship with the crown, with England. The Sussex title kind of, it's almost like you're being shown to the door. Here, Six of Wands, once it is obtained, it is not something that yields reward. And here too, the Queen of Pentacles, it is something that does not yield reward or riches, or this could be accolades and notoriety, that kind of thing. It just does not do that. So the fact that it is being used for that is very interesting. Here, the Seven of Cups in reverse, it is a complicated situation that does remove wealth, push people out onto the outskirts and outside of the power structures. In this case, it's the church. Remember, this card shows the mendicants. These individuals purposely exile themselves so that they can become closer to God. They eschew all of their creature comforts. Not that Harry and Meghan did that, but they did alienate themselves. So it's really, really, that was an interesting reading. What effect, how much effect is the title having on them? Or did Queen Elizabeth bestow the title because she knew they were going to go southbound? So over here, is the title affecting them, or did Queen Elizabeth, the late Queen Elizabeth, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, know that they were headed in that direction? So is the title affecting them, or did Queen Elizabeth apply it because they were going in the wrong direction? The title. Putting them together with the title was just kind of the icing on the cake. Queen Elizabeth knew that they weren't going to light the world on fire. I have said this time and time again. Those of you that have been following me for some time, I have always said that Queen Elizabeth had a plan B for Harry that would have bankrupt him so he could get divorced. So they would bankrupt him, have him lose all of his money so that Meghan wouldn't get any in the divorce settlement. As I asked that question, Gregopedia arrived. Hello, Gregopedia. Good morning to you, my love. Hi.
Success has always chased them, but they've always been faster.
Ah, nice, nice. So I made a new graphic. I made a new little video. It's the Yellow Brick Road intro. No, it's not like that. So another question regarding Meghan Markle. The rest of the questions are all going to be about Meghan Markle, guys. Sorry about that. Mindy Kaling, will she get markled? Will she get markled? So let's look at this two ways. Is she going to, up here, have the stain of Meghan Markle attached to her, and down here is Meghan just going to blow her off because she won't do her bidding? So we've got 1, 2. Are you leaving? 3, 1, 2, 3. So is the stain going to be on her? I think that Mindy Kaling is not in her back pocket. So I think she does recognize that this is a less than genuine person. She was quite rude to her in that episode 2. If you haven't seen it, you can see it on somebody else's channel, or if you have Netflix, you can watch it. You can give her the watch. I'm going to be watching a few more episodes tonight. I'm going to be watching 3 and 4 just because I love a car crash. But I think Mindy Kaling keeps this very well balanced. I think she has no illusions about this. And with that devil in reverse, she knows not to adhere to something that is not good for her. So down here we have, will she just blow her off? And I don't think so. I think there is a level of judgment coming from Mindy Kaling's side. I think Mindy Kaling is like, yeah, I just don't want to really have much to do with this. It's not doing anything for my brand. It's not doing anything for my my career. It's not helping me. So I'll just keep it copacetic. I'll keep it cool. But the relationship's a bit more than I want to be involved in. So I think that is good, 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 good. Thank you for your question. So this is my last big question for the day. What are Megan's plans now for the kids? How will the general public react to all this visibility? And why the aggressive push out? So let's start with the last question first. Why is there this aggressive push out with the kids? She's got the kids on her Instagram. They're showing up in all kinds of stuff. Why are we seeing so much of that? Temperance. It is a tempered. Oh, it is a shield, guys. This is a shield against judgment. She is drip feeding us the kids, and it is a shield against the judgment that we have against her. Under the surface, we have Page of Wands. There's not a lot of creativity there. So this is an easy thing. If you ever want people to like you, bring puppies and kids into the equation. For me, you can bring kittens. Behind her, 7 of Wands, very, very difficult trying to find her footing. I'm sorry?
And raccoons.
Oh, and raccoons for Greg.
For me, it's raccoons.
Greg likes raccoons. Greg actually has a favorite spot in town that there is a feral cat house, but are there deer there too?
Everything.
There's everything. It's like a
raccoons.
It's like a Disney movie. There's fox and cats and raccoons and deer and all kinds of animals.
It's a Disney movie, but as if it were written by like Doc Hammer.
Disney movie, but as if it were written by Doc Hammer from Venture Brothers. So the King of Swords here, this is an idea that someone above Megan put out. I think someone, possibly one of the other producers, possibly Netflix, possibly management, said that this is something you have to do. Under the surface here, this was something she did not want to do, but regaining that Q rating, that positive Q rating, this is something that she does need to do. Q rating, for those of you that don't know, is the way that they rate celebrities on TV shows. It is a poll that they do, and they get like a good Q rating. So here, Wheel of Fortune, this is not really looking like it's going to be very, very beneficial to her. So that's why we have the aggressive pull out or push out. I am saying that this is someone that is in leadership for her. So what are, and I'm going to modify this question. What are the plans for the kids now? What are the plans? So we know that that second season showed up, and I did say in one of my readings, I think it was Harry's predictions for his 2025, that the kids were going to show up in the third quarter of the year. Well, we are going to get the second series, the second season, in the fall. So what are the plans for the kids? What are the plans for the kids with their leadership? Oh, I'm sorry, Greg. Yes. Yes. So those of you that are new, my husband is Gregopedia. He knows everything. And he did not have a a horse in the race of the Meghan Markle thing. Everything he says all the time, everything I learned about Meghan Markle was against my will. But he was very upset when I said some weeks back, let's watch the second season of Chaos. That was the Jeff Goldblum series on Netflix. And he looked it up and he said, "Gee, dang it, Chaos got canceled and Meghan Markle gets a new effing series every year." He was very upset. So, yes, apparently they have already filmed the second season. So they have 16 episodes that are filmed and it's going to drop in the fall. Yippee, yippee, yippee. So, what are the plans? The plans are murky, boys and girls. So, one of the things that they're going to see is how successful this is. This may be the voice of Harry and Meghan saying, you know what? It's not that successful to put these kids out here. I think Harry is a bit more reluctant to have them out in the public eye. One of the things that some eagle eye watchers have noticed is that in the episode where Meghan and her friends are making the thumbprint cookies, Lily is there at one point, or the purported Lily is there at one point. And in the shots when Lily is not there, Harry is there. So perhaps he was not privy to the children being filmed. So the plans, there are no concrete plans yet because they need to see the reaction. What kind of reaction are they looking for? I'm drinking my lovely cup of Yorkshire Red, just so you guys know. The reaction that they're looking is they want to see how critical people are about the children being presented here. And they want to see if the children actually soften the curse that is the Sussex name, not the Sussex name, but the curse that is their legacy that they've already brought over from all the whinging and whining. So they will drop out some sweetness here, and I do think that it's going to be more Archie than Lilibet. I think Archie is going to be candidate number one that they're going to put out there, and this I think may not go very well. I think this gives them the opportunity to complain and create scenarios that perhaps don't exist, security issues, those kinds of things. So I do think it does kind of do that. So they're trying to figure out whether or not they can push this out. There are some people that have ulterior motives here. I'm just going to say it. That's a 7 of Cups in reverse. Some people do want to put the kids out there and possibly create a manufactured security issue. Does that mean it's really going to happen? Is it going to be a high-speed car chase in New York City when you can't do that in New York City? Perhaps we see something like that. So I do think that is the plan is really kind of up in the air. How is the general public going to react to this series, and how will they react if the children are revealed in the second season? So how are people going to react to the children being, I shouldn't say this season, how are the children how is the public going to react to the children being promoted and publicized on the Instagram, because that's really where we're seeing it. The public is really going to see this as same old, same old. We're just running over the same old ground. Have you found what you're looking for? And I'm sorry, a little Pink Floyd for you guys. We're running over the same ground where we are trying to make fetch happen, trying to make people like us, trying to have the dog for the sympathy, have the freedom flight, so people, oh, look how happy Harry is with his dilated pupils on the freedom flight. This is pulling at the heartstrings. They want these children out there to pull at the heartstrings, but the public is not going to buy it on the Instagram. These are not positive cards, guys. They're not going to buy it. The public is going to see right through this. It's tissue thin. So how will the public react if these children are featured on the second season? once again, this is going to be seen as not with a lack of any other ability or creativity. With it is a money grab, and it just shows how far outside that royal family they've gone. They really have gone back against their word. The hypocrisy is abound in this one. We are on the outside. We're looking in. Our children are endangered. Therefore, we need to have money to protect them. But here they are. We're putting them out. You can see them. You can see them. In the words of Dr. Ian, and you're selling it. You're selling. There, Jeff Goldblum got a little shout out, Greg. Where is my Jeff Goldblum?
Oh,
I don't know where he is. We actually, he should be on my desk. So, that being
I
said,
can get you the Lego Mini.
I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm struggling with the new buttons on StreamYard. So I hope you guys all enjoyed that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Your opinions are welcome here, whether we're talking about world politics, the royal family, dogs and cats living together, raccoons. What's your favorite go-to snuggly pet? What makes you feel good? Now keep it clean in the comments there, guys. But let me know what your feeling is about the tariffs in Canada. This rumor that King Charles has converted to Islam, and all of the things. I know there's a rumor that King Charles is converted to Islam. I don't think he did. The reading said no. But let me know what you think about the whole Meghan Markle thing. I know everybody is reading and reacting to Meghan Markle. I'm trying not to be on that jolly train. I like to do my own thing. I do love world politics. If you guys are new here, you're going to find out I love world politics. I love remote viewing and looking at all kinds of crazy stuff. Don't ask me to remote view Putin because I'm not doing it. I am not that dumb.
because you will look into him and he will be looking back at you. Why are you here?
Why are you here? I see you.
I see you. I saw you coming before you got.
So for the new people, I taught Greg how to, or I'm teaching him. You're still learning how to remote view, and one of the remote views that he that he looked at. So there's a difference between remote viewing and astral projection. So astral projection, you actually kind of leave your body and you go there, and you can be perceived by the other parties at the location that you go to. But remote viewing, it's like having a psychic telescope and you're not perceived there. That's why the Soviets were doing that during the Cold War to our government, and why we started our own program to figure out how to do that. So Gregopedia went to a silo facility. Where was it?
It was out in the middle of Ohio, about 4 or 5 miles outside of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. It was an underground facility that was
under a construction
under
supply
a concrete,
plant. Concrete plant.
So all that earth digging up, it was hidden from that.
So that's actually something that is very important. There are government installations that are protected from psychic observation, and they do put them under roller coaster parks, construction sites, those kinds of things. So that is something that's done. So, and Greg didn't know that when he experienced this, but as he went into this silo type facility, he encountered some individuals.
They're getting lower and lower and deeper.
To make fun of my hypnosis. So he encountered some individuals, let's put it that way,
and they were looking back at
him, and one of them was like, "Hey, how you doing?" So Greg zoomed back and said, "I think you look back at me." I said, "Oh, goodness gracious." So
I don't think he was from this planet.
It was like an Edgar suit.
No, it wasn't an Edgar suit. He was just tall. He was like about 7 or 8 feet tall.
Thin man.
And white.
Thin man. So with that, you guys got a little extra. So welcome to all the new subscribers. Again, guys, I'm going to be doing the Teaspoon of Tarot. I'm going to be featuring the Llewellyn deck and also the Llewellyn Classic Tarot and also the Animal Guide Tarot. I keep forgetting the names. I have to look over there. So I thank you all for watching. Let me know if you have any questions and have a great start to your week. I will see you all in the future.